So, I've talked about Sea of Thieves a few times over the past couple months. Because I love Rare, I found it criminal that they were being relegated to making garbage Connect games so quickly after being acquired by Microsoft. I really wanted them to succeed, and now they're actually able to make a real game. But from what I've seen on Sea of Thieves, I've said, I don't know, I don't really get it. But finally, they just recently had an open beta, and I was able to put a few hours into it. From the top, I want to say the actual sailing in the game, obviously a big part of this game revolves around you being in your boat at sea, and it is amazing. All the stuff you have to manage, setting the sail length, sail angle, anchoring, using your compass directions. Some of the most fun I had, seriously, was just sailing around in my own little boat exploring the map. Not to mention, it's a beautiful game. This is running on the Xbox One S. I was away from my X, unfortunately, and obviously you'll be able to make the game look even better on a good PC, but I still think it looks really good on this system. The cartoony art style makes things pop, and the water it's some of the best I've ever seen in a game. And you'll want to get pretty familiar with that map, because navigation skills are critical in this game. So often these days, the trip to your destination in games, it's the tedious part. You get a waypoint marker and usually a line that tells you exactly how to get where you're going. Not at all in Sea of Thieves. You have to, 1, figure out where it is you're going. You know, you may get a treasure map of an island, but you don't know which island it is. And then once you figure that out, you got to find out where it is on the world map in your ship, and then figure out how to get there. You always get to see your boat's position on the world map, so don't worry, it's not like you're going to get totally lost or anything, but this makes the voyage an actual task. And when you're sailing with a crew, you'll probably want someone regularly checking on the map to make sure you don't go off course, as the map is in a fixed location. You can't just access it anywhere. You can't be at the wheel and pull up the world map. And this is especially important in storms or when you're experiencing rough waves, because your ship could get quickly set off course and you might not even notice. Once you get your loot, then shit gets real. You've got to turn it into the proper merchant at one of the outposts, and other players on the map are going to be looking to take it from you. This is what the game is, it's really all about. Honestly, just ruining other people's day to benefit yourself. We are talking about pirates after all. A crew could have just jumped through a bunch of hoops, sailed all over the map collecting treasure, and you can roll up, kill them, and take it all for yourself, and turn it in to get the rewards, faction XP, etc. Besides gold, quests can give you faction XP as you rank up with the different factions. They'll offer you more difficult mission contracts as well as give you access to specific faction rewards. Whether you're on offense or defense, the ship battling is a lot of fun. Again, all these mechanics. You're not just firing cannons until someone sinks. You get hit, your boat may get a hole in it and start to take on water. Someone will have to go down there and board up the hole. You'll have to bail out the water with buckets so you don't sink. In actual battle, being able to control your ship is vital. You know, getting the lineup for cannon shots, controlling your speed. You'll learn cool techniques like, you know, cranking the wheel in one direction and then dropping the anchor to quickly spin the ship around in a sort of U-turn and surprise your enemies. You can board each other, engage with swords and guns. So much going on, it can get really chaotic. And with any treasure that you haven't turned in being on the line, there's actually stakes you do not want to lose. But there are a lot of ways to play this game. You don't even have to engage, necessarily battle other players to plunder them. I was playing with my friend, and since we were a duo on a smaller ship, we just cruised around looking for ships parked next to islands, which likely meant the crew were out on a mission. We'd pull up next to their boat, hop on, take anything that wasn't bolted down, put it on our ship, and then just drive away. The smaller ships are actually faster, so you can play in a more stealth sort of manner. As a true pirate experience, this is probably the best I've seen in any game, but I also have a lot of concerns with the full game. Now, this was a beta. Certain things weren't available. Again, so, we'll see what the complete game actually looks like. But from what I've played, first of all, the actual quests, what was available, again, during the beta, there wasn't much variety. Go collect the treasure, animals, relic, whatever. Encounter some skeletons, kill them, put the stuff in your ship, and turn it in. The enemy variety I saw was very weak. I get that players are the true threat, but all we saw were skeleton pirates and an occasional shark in the water. Definitely need to beef up that stuff. I feel like you really need more stuff to encounter in your ship at sea. Like, let's get some skeleton ships filled with AI that can engage you. Stuff like that I think would be cool. There's also not much visual variety in terms of the islands. They'll have different layouts, but they all pretty much look the same. You know, a beach, some forest area, big rocks, maybe some caves. Could use like some, abandoned outposts or, maybe ancient ruins. Stuff like that I think would be cool. Some players I think will take issue with the things you can spend your gold on. And this will be something that probably is received differently for different people. I actually liked it. But the things you buy aren't actual upgrades. The nicer looking guns, swords, sails, etc. It's all cosmetic, at least the way I understand it. You're not actually getting things with boosted stats. Everyone is on the same level, has the same resources available to them. I think a lot of players who are used to the more RPG route games today are taking will want to see themselves, their character, their ship, actually get stronger as they play. And I get that, I do. However, the way I see it, with the forced PvP world that you're placed in, there is no single-player mode, to my knowledge at least. If your characters and ships were actually getting stronger, within a couple of weeks, you'd have max-level world beaters just running around, crushing weaker players, and inevitably driving them out of the game. With a title like this, I prefer having the consistently level playing field. Also, going off the no single-player mode, I encountered a lot of lag, performance issues when I was playing it. Now still, this was an open beta. I'm sure their servers were getting slammed with tons of people on both PC and Xbox Ones trying to get in. Hopefully that will all be resolved when the actual game comes out. But yeah, they had a lot of issues. They were shutting servers down. There were times where they weren't letting any more people come in. They kind of were at max capacity, essentially. Hopefully these issues won't be prevalent when the full game comes out. Beyond that, I really worry about people playing solo or even as like a group of two. Like I said, you can go for the smaller, faster ship, but I'm worrying about those turn-ins. Like I said, you have to go to an outpost and turn things into a vendor to complete quests, and I think we may end up with crews just camping the outposts, waiting for solo or small group players to come to turn in, and just collapse on and overwhelm them. If this turns into a gank box, you're going to lose players fast, I think. And the potential is definitely there for that. And like I said, I enjoyed playing around solo. Sailing was actually very relaxing, I found it to be. But for most people, I think you're going to want to have people to play with or be willing to make friends. There is matchmaking, so you can team up and form a crew with randoms. But when people don't have mics in that, it can be more trouble than it's worth. So yeah, after playing the open beta, I get it, so to speak. I think Sea of Thieves definitely has the makings of a really good game. I'd like to see more variation on a lot of stuff, like the environments, the enemies, etc. But the fundamentals are solid. With this game being an open-world multiplayer PvP game, though, certain decisions may make all the difference in whether they bring players in or drive them away. All these things that are in question, though, helps make that Xbox Game Pass really worth it if you're not aware or keeping up, with Xbox news. The Xbox Game Pass is a monthly fee. It's $10 a month, sort of a Netflix type deal where you can get access to a bunch of games. And Microsoft is going to start including their exclusives, the exclusives for Xbox One and PC, into that program, starting with Sea of Thieves. So, for $10, you can play the game, the full game, for a month. And if you like it, you can stay subscribed. You can cancel the program and go out and buy it. And if you don't like it, well, it only costs you $10 to have the full game for a month. So that's how I'm going to try it, at least, and I think it's a good deal. So with that, this video is a wrap. Let me know your thoughts on Sea of Thieves in the comments. As always, I'm John Zakari, and thanks for watching.